Let's welcome Kathy Holly and Spotlight.
Are you ready to tango tonight? I hope so. I'm so excited. This is our first tango show. We're going to talk about the passion of tango, how it takes over your whole life, right? You're going to be amazed. I have three wonderful guests who dance the tango. It is part of their lives. And I'm going to start first with Camille Cusumano. Welcome to the show. And Christy Cote and Tom Lewis. Now, I know that tango is part of all of your lives, and it sounds like it's an addiction. Or is it a panacea? Well, we're going to find out. Camille, you have a story to tell, and you're a writer as well. What happened? Your first book is about the tango. Tell us the title.
Tango, an Argentine love story.
Now, what do you mean by that? Because it took over your life, right?
Yes, it did.
What happened? How did this happen? All right, tell your story in a capsule.
Well, I call myself an accidental tango dancer, tanguera. I was doing swing, which I still love, but my friends kept saying, "Oh, you have to do tango." And I said, "Oh, yeah, I've done American tango." And I said,
Right.
"No." They would levitate and say, "Argentine tango." And I said, "Okay." So I tried it. I took a few lessons. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Within months, that's all I was doing. I was going out every night to Malongas in the Bay Area. And my relationship, he did not dance, was starting to suffer.
That's difficult.
But anyway, that was the start, and I never looked back. I don't think I've gone a week without dancing tango.
Well, now, when I was reading your book, too, you said that you left the Bay Area. And you broke up with a wonderful relationship.
Yes.
And you had a broken heart.
Yeah.
And the tango helped you kind of remedy it.
Well,
right?
somebody told me tango is a pharmacon, which means it is poison and medicine. A pharmacon is poison. So my poison, I thought tango was poison. It wrecked my life. And it was my medicine.
It was your medicine. And this is Argentinian tango.
Yes.
I mean, we've all danced ballroom tango. I studied that a little bit,
Yes.
But this is the real thing, the real McCoy.
More fluid. You're really close torso to torso. And
where did it come from? Where did this?
It came from the Rio de Plata region, which is mostly Buenos Aires, Argentina, and somewhat in Uruguay, the Rio de Plata River.
It's the real thing, then.
It's the real thing.
That's where the birth of the real tango took place.
Yes, it has a very colorful history.
Well, you have a colorful book. I'm reading it. I love it. And you wrote another book recently.
Yes.
What is that called?
Well, that's my Italian-American persona. I'm actually Sicilian-American, and it's called The Mystique of the Last Cannoli.
And that's dessert.
Yes, but it's a sweet Sicilian family saga with mystery elements.
That's great. And how can people... Oh, there's the book. We're on the screen.
Yay.
And so both of those books can be purchased on Amazon. Right?
Anywhere.
Great.
The bookstore would have to order it, but Amazon and a lot of online bookstores.
Well, I know that in your story, it's quite interesting. You went to Argentina. Mm-hmm. You left the Bay Area. And how long did you stay there and do nothing but dance and learn?
I stayed there almost 4 years.
Amazing.
And healed my inner fall from grace.
You certainly did. I'm reading it. I love it. And the romances, I mean,
Oh, many.
Well, the dance itself is very passionate. That's what I was wondering. Don't you kind of fall in love with the partner?
Yes, I did.
But do you always?
No, well, now we call it like a 3-minute fairy tale where you fall in love and then you leave and the story's over. You move on to the next love.
Is that because in the tango, we have to explain, you dance very close.
Yes.
Your bodies touch. This is not American.
No, you're like a lightning rod. You sense everything going on with that person. If they're afraid, you can feel their fear. If they're happy, if they're confident, all those moods and emotions, you feel it without ever speaking. You don't speak when you dance tango.
Do you think men here like that in America?
Well, I'll have to ask Tom Lewis about that.
We will. We'll get to Tom for
yes.
sure.
But
Because
I think the men who like it are fewer than the women who like it.
that's what I was thinking.
Yes.
It's a difficult thing in our culture, American, culture,
Yes.
to think of people actually, and the man leading, like really leading you. It's just so difficult to find dancers today
Yes.
that know how to lead,
Well,
male
we,
dancers.
the good leaders follow the follower. They lead and then they follow the follower. There's a back and forth.
So you really have to sense what the other person is about.
There's a whole communication going on with no words.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it. It's one. Well, now you also did a TED Talk.
Yes.
About when you came back from Argentina, right?
Yes.
Well, let's watch a clip from your TED Talk. Very short clip.
I began to recognize that my prints referred to the joy within, the joy I was always capable of knowing. What is it about tango that can do this to a person? Tango won't make you rich. It won't promise you anything. Certainly, most partner dances induce a flow of endorphins, a cozy feeling of intimacy, shared energy, and the beauty of having music move you. Argentine tango is a dance of improvisation. It's likened to a language in that it has a simple basic vocabulary of steps: walking, turns, figure eights, pivots, pretty crosses of the feet. The difficulty of dancing tango is legendary. It takes a lifetime and a half to learn tango, so keep up with it, Todd. The Argentines say, the intimacy of tango is like that of no other dance. You enter a warm envelope, torso to torso, I should say heart to heart, and create a 3-minute fairy tale. You share a nervous system, a good friend told me. Because of its improv nature, I now tell my students that you learn tango from the feet up, but you dance it from the heart down. I tell them that everyone finds their own tango, that every body has got tango, that they will find their secret about the dance. What is my secret? In tango, the leaders, usually men, but not strictly, are told that they are the prime movers, that they must clearly communicate their intentions. If anything goes wrong, they're 100% at fault.
Wow. 100% at fault.
I went on to say that's not true.
Most men won't like that. I don't think that they're making a mistake. Well, where were you from originally?
I was born in New Jersey, and I moved to San Francisco in 1973, right out of college.
And then you began dancing, or what did you make your living at?
Oh, I'm a writer. I made my living in publishing. I was lucky to do it before the internet changed publishing.
Yes.
I worked on books. I worked on health and fitness, and then I became a travel writer. I worked on a travel magazine. It's the Bay Area Via magazine was a big travel magazine.
Oh, yes. Isn't that the one AAA?
It's a AAA publication.
It's a great magazine.
Yes, it
And
still is.
usually they send it to you, and I don't really look at it, and I should, because they do articles on great places to see. Well, speaking of great places, where can people study the tango in San Francisco, per se?
Almost everywhere in the Bay Area. They need to go to an online site called tangomango.org. And the calendar is very clear, and by day, 7 days a week, they can find classes, milongas, privates, group classes. There's so much in the Bay Area. I think outside of Buenos Aires, we might have the most tango here.
Really? Because I know when I go to Mexico, I go to San Miguel de Allende.
Yeah.
You know about it.
I know about it.
Have you been?
I haven't been yet, but everybody says I must go.
Oh, you must go.
Yes.
And so we should ask Christy Cote, you go back to Buenos Aires.
I do. I just came back a few days ago.
How was it?
It was my my 28th trip there, and every time it's fantastic. And over the last 24 trips, I brought other people, my students and other dancers with me, and it's always a wonderful experience for me to share the joy of Buenos Aires with those other people, because it's so much fun between the food and the dancing and the people, and it's a wonderful place to visit.
Really? Now, do you have to speak Spanish?
You don't. I mean, a lot of people, especially the younger generation, they speak English, but people are friendly. It's a big cosmopolitan city, just like San Francisco, so, everybody tries to communicate, whether it's with hand gestures or something. Everybody gets by.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear. And you have taught dancing.
I have. I've taught
Argentine
Argentine Tango for 30 years now. This is my 30th anniversary year.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And you never get tired of it.
I don't. I love teaching Argentine Tango. It's just it's a wonderful dance. Like, I've danced many other dances in my life, but nothing really compares to this dance.
Well, how did it start with you? What made you,
I was a ballroom dancer, and then I saw the show Forever Tango, and that's what inspired me. It was playing in San Francisco during the mid-'90s.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah,
I
as
remember.
we
It
always
was a
say,
big
like,
hit.
Yeah, very popular. It's going to stay for 2 years and ended up staying for or for 2 weeks, ended up staying for 2 years.
Oh.
And I had the chance to see it, and it was before the internet, and I wanted to see more and more tango, but there wasn't really any resource, and there wasn't a community then.
Right.
So I began to usher for the show, and I ushered like 56 times, just so I could see more
What
tango.
a way to see a show. How great.
Yeah. So I was very inspired, and so I quickly moved from teaching ballroom dance to teaching Argentine tango.
Really?
And the rest is history.
But at first, when you started teaching it, how were people receiving it?
It became popular very quickly, but mostly because of the show. And there were some of the really famous dancers from the show who began to teach locally. And I had the opportunity to dance with some of those people. And one of them became my mentor, a gentleman named Carlos Gavito. So I had the influence of all these great dancers, and the community grew from that. People would take classes with them and get interested and see the show and be inspired. So really from there, our local community grew leaps and bounds very, very quickly.
And so can you just come and take a lesson for tango, like maybe 5 lessons, 6
Absolutely.
for Argentine tango?
Yes, really, it's very, as Camille said, it's a difficult dance to learn, but everybody can do it. You just have to have the passion, and you don't need to have a big vocabulary. You just need to have a few steps, dance with good quality connection and musicality is what I always say. So it's very accessible, and on the Tango Mango website that Camille mentioned, you'll find entry-level beginning tango lessons all over the Bay Area. And it's very accessible. You can just come. Usually you don't need a partner. You show up, and the teachers will have people rotating and dancing with one another. It's a great social scene.
And are there many tango dancers from Buenos Aires? I mean, teachers.
There's quite a few.
I was wondering, so they settled here? Or they decided to stay
kind
after
of
the
float
show?
Through. A lot of the well-known teachers from Buenos Aires, they travel the world teaching tango.
Of course.
And so they may come in for a weekend or a couple of weeks, and we have the opportunity to have workshops with these master teachers that come to visit. So that also enhances the experience of the community. And of course, all the community people here that dance, they all want to go to Argentina.
Of course.
As well, it's like the mecca of tango.
And it sounds so romantic.
It is.
To go to Argentina and dance the tango.
Absolutely.
And when I'm reading Camille's book, of course, every other hour you're tango dancing when you live there. I mean, and so it's not, what do I want to say? It's not like an addiction, but it's a real passion that you want.
Healthy addiction.
It's a healthy addiction. And you want to meet people.
Yeah.
And get to know people. Mm-hmm. And you certainly, I mean, in touching somebody and not only, saying hello to them, but you get a sense of them.
Absolutely.
Is that
and,
right?
Today's world where everybody's with the computers and technology, sometimes, you don't have a lot of that in your life. So when people go out to a milonga and they embrace another human being, there's a lot of that connection going on that really resonates with people, that today's people who are not receiving enough of that.
That's true. This is it's a wonderful, wonderful way to reconnect. Mm-hmm. I can see that. Mm-hmm. We want to watch you. I have a little video clip of you dancing, and let's take a look at the Verity Club in San Francisco. The crowd was loving it.
That's nice.
Tell us about that situation. What brought you to the Verity Club? I mean, what was the occasion?
That's an interesting story, because when I took my first trip to Buenos Aires in 1996, a gentleman by the name of Victor Meneses was from Argentina, and he wanted to start a milonga at the Verdi Club in San Francisco. And he asked me, would you like to help me with this? And I knew nothing about running a milonga, but I said, sure. And well, we began to run this milonga for the next 18 years together. There's a lot of history there. But so on many occasions I would have the chance to do a demonstration, and I was teaching lessons there and all. And the gentleman I'm dancing with in the video is named Mello from New York, and he's an amazing dancer. Particularly of the rhythm we were dancing was the milonga, which is one of the pre-tango rhythms. So it's a little more upbeat and fun. Not quite as serious as tango.
Yes.
So that was the occasion there at the Verdi Club.
That's really amazing. And is this ongoing now?
It
Can
is.
you go
It
to
still
the
happens
Verdi?
every Thursday night in San Francisco under the name of Milonga Malavaje, which you'll also find listed on the Tango Mango website.
Well, now tell us again, what is a milonga? What is
confusing
it
word
meant
because-
to be? Yeah, it's a big word.
Yes.
I see, my friend who's a singer, Deborah Mugnani,
Yes,
goes to milongas, and she
Yes.
loves the tango.
Yes.
And, of course, my other friend, Valeriana,
Right.
she
Loves the
was
tango,
with
too.
Beach Blanket, but
Yeah.
I don't know if she goes to tangos, but she could dance the tango, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah,
But when I
absolutely.
see the word, when I first saw it, I really didn't understand what it was about.
Yeah.
So what is a milonga,
Well-
and can anybody go? That's my question.
Absolutely. Well, the milonga is just the word we use to describe the social dance party, and anybody is welcome. You really have to have a handle on the dance in order to enter the dance floor. So you can go to the milonga, you can sit and have a glass of wine, and you can watch, but the dance floor is really only accessible to those people who have some level of the dance. But the word is a little confusing because it also refers to a type of music called milonga, and the dance that we do to that type of music, which we call milonga. So 3 meanings to the same word.
All right. So it's a dance, and it's also a social occasion.
That's right. Exactly.
And would something like that maybe be appealing if we had one at the Italian Social Club? You're, Camille,
Yes.
you're a new
Absolutely.
member. Do you think
Yes.
maybe we should do one night?
I'll get Christy and Tom to help me organize
That would
it.
be fun.
Yes.
Well, we can talk to the club. I
Well,
better not
we can
get too
give them-
excited yet till we talk to the club. But I'm a member too, so
Yeah.
we love to get people into.
It doesn't
that.
take much to encourage tango dancers to come and dance. So
Well, that's great. And just to hold your mic up for a second, because what I was going to ask you is to go into more of the wonderful trip for 4 years that you took to
Yes.
Buenos Aires. What other qualities about Buenos Aires and doing the tango? What did it change your life? Did you go through a metamorphosis?
Absolutely.
How?
In short order, I started to feel happy after being very unhappy about the loss. My relationship was almost 15 years at that time.
Oh, my goodness.
And he was a great person, but, so that loss was a lot of grief. But I started to accept it, he started to accept it, and then I would feel happy on the
Yes.
dance floor and happy off the dance floor. And I love Buenos Aires because it has a very French aspect. They wanted it to look like Paris. So there's a lot
Really?
of
Oh,
French
that's
art,
wonderful.
French Renaissance architecture. A different.
yeah.
It's a lot.
It's known for its architecture, right?
is.
I was reading in the book. I'm amazed.
and it's very Italian, which that was I related to that.
How did the Italians get mixed in with Buenos Aires? How did that happen? Do you know?
Well, there's two things. Well, the one story goes that the early city fathers and mothers wanted the sophisticated Northern Europeans, but what they got were the poor Southern, the American dream. From Napoli and Southern Italy and Southern Spain, and they were coming.
Really?
And then a lot of the music was brought by the Italians. De Sarli, Troilo, Canaro, like on and
Yeah.
on. Lots of Italians. They were, they were trained in the folk music of Italy, and
Right.
and then the Germans. I think the bandoneon, which is the sine qua non of tango music, came from this what's that organ? A type of a barrel organ, but it looks like an accordion, but the bandoneon.
Oh yes, the bandoneon.
Yes, you hear it in all the music.
Right, but this is so interesting. You see, a lot of the vocabulary you're using, I'm going, wait a minute, what is she talking about? So these are different types of dances or terms that apply to the Italians.
They came with the Italians, and they're folded into tango music.
Into tango music.
Yes.
Because tango music can be slow, of course, right? You had a wonderful piece, that Buenos Aires song, and that is upbeat. But I
Right.
know that there are many times when I've worked with a band, because, I sing, and I have in the past worked with big bands, and then they'll play a tango, and sometimes it's very slow. Yes. And I love the footwork. Back to Christy. What is this footwork with the leg swinging? What do you call that?
We call them embellishments or adornments.
Your mic.
Oh, yes, sorry. Embellishments or adornments in the dance. So the follower, typically the woman, but not exclusively, uses the foot to add decorations to the dance.
Oh.
So that's a part that we really like, and it's fun to do it in the high heel shoes. And
Oh,
it
that's
adds a
another
lot.
question, though. Do you have to have spiked heels to
Well,
dance?
it's not just a look. It's kind of like a posture that these shoes help us to be a little more forward and towards the leader.
I noticed that
Yeah.
with you kind of have your back area out
Yes.
a little.
Yeah, a little bit, right?
It's not very attractive. I
It's
must
kind of a
admit.
tango look, but you don't have to wear high heels in order to dance tango. So, and many people don't because maybe they have foot problems or they don't feel stable in the higher
Well,
heels.
and for your back. For me, it would be for my back, so I'd probably have my low heels, which would be
Yes,
okay.
it's very acceptable.
Well, let's have you dance. After all my talking about it, Tom Lewis, welcome to the show. And very quickly,
you.
I know that you have a studio apparently that Christy uses.
I do. It just evolved out of passion for the dance and
Yes.
a place to practice and share. And now I have visiting instructors coming in from Argentina and all over the world to teach there. And Christy is one of the main motives of energy there and getting people. New dancers
fantastic.
into tango there, so it's really fun.
Well, I know you have a business of restorative with older buildings, and that's what you do, restore them.
Yes.
Historical buildings.
Yes.
So we're going to wait till after the dance to ask more about that, but
fine.
I want to see what you girls are going to do with this wonderful, brave gentleman who's ready to dance the tango. So let's everybody get started, and you can put down your mic, and we're going to begin with our demo of the tango. Bravo, bravo, bravo. More. Oh, Christy, your dress is just gorgeous. And the moves that
Thank
you
you.
both have together. Tom, you are a beautiful dancer.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I mean,
Tom.
this is great.
I wanted to tell you one more thing.
Yes,
about,
tell me.
I was chanting the praises of the Italians, but I have to say the Argentine Africans, I guess we can call them African Americans,
Yes.
they added a lot to the dance. It's a long history, but the milonga came from their beat and rhythm. I forgot that's an
Wonderful. No,
important
it's a
thing.
blend
Yes.
of everything.
And the gauchos, yes.
And the gauchos,
Yeah.
you know, because this has been a wonderful opportunity to learn about the passion and the dance of the Argentine tango. I wish we had more time. You could give me lessons right here. We could teach our audience. But now, again, if you want to study the tango, the Argentine tango, what's that website again?
Tangomango.org.
Tangomango.org. Now, we didn't flash it on the screen because I didn't put it, send it to the station. But that's easy to remember. Yeah. Tango and mangoes. Tangomango.org. Because I think it's just fabulous what you do. And I would love to be invited to a milonga.
I think we can make that happen.
You think so? I would love it. Wouldn't it be fun? Now, just because I've done, we go to. Bye, everybody. Be sure and watch the show.
Hey mambo, mambo Italiano. Hey mambo, mambo Italiano. Go, 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 you mixed up Siciliano. All you Genovese do the mambo like a crazy with a hey mambo. Don't want a tarantella, hey mambo. No more a mozzarella, hey mambo. Mambo Italiano. Try an enchilada with the fish bacalao.